Hey, good day, everyone. Bert Salazar here. Over the past 15 years, although we've been in the industry, close to 30 years at this point in time, but for the past 15 years, we have specialized in retirement and retirement distribution plan. And one of the major reasons for that is instead of trying to be all things to all people, we at Cambridge wanted to be some things to some people. So the vast majority of the clients that we engage, our clients are anywhere between 5 and 10 years away from retirement. And then obviously we also engage clients who are already in retirement. What's interesting about the engagement process that we have at Cambridge is that every time we engage a brand new client, we understand the following. Number one, they have been working with other advisors for the last 10, 15, 20, 25, perhaps even 30 years. But what's amazing to us is the fact that the vast majority of these clients, after we engage with them, one of the first statements that they make is, Bert, we have never had a financial advisor ask the kind of questions that you're asking us when it comes to retirement planning and, most important, retirement distribution planning. So if I were sitting in your shoes today, one of the questions that you should ask me is, Bert, what kind of questions do you think I should be hearing or I should be requesting from a financial advisor that I'm going to be visiting with or meeting with in reference to my retirement distribution planning? And although there are many questions that need to be asked, I am going to give you the four top questions that I think are going to be very, very critical for you to be able to get an answer from, or at least address in your process and in your quest to have a successful retirement plan. Now, the first question that I do engage new clients on is one that deals with what kind of specific plans have these clients put together in order to triple their income in retirement. And whenever I ask that question, obviously I get a dumbfounded look because no one has ever asked that. And the reason why that question is so important, the reason why I want to be able to hear from the specific clients as to what exactly have they done along those lines, is that your income in retirement, because of longevity planning and because of the fact that most Americans are living a longer life today than ever before, their income in retirement is going to have to triple in order to stay ahead of inflation, in order to stay ahead of taxation, in order to meet all the other eroding factors like stock market volatility, interest rate volatility, propensity to consume. So your income needs to be increasing every single year in order to be able to meet and make ends meet over a 20, 25, or 30-year period. If you're retiring at the age of 65, you have to plan for 3 decades of income. So it's very important that you plan accordingly. Another question that I do ask my clients often is, what would happen to their financial situation if the stock market dropped today 45%, as it did in 2003 and 2008? What kind of a negative impact would that have on their finances? Not only at this point in time, but if they need to start taking distribution, then they're going to get the double taxation because of the fact that they're taking distribution out of an asset that is depleting in value. And most important, many times they're going to have to pay taxes on that distribution as well. So that would be a double jeopardy when it comes to retirement distribution planning. So finding out what these clients are doing, what you may be doing if the market were to drop 45%, and some of the issues and concerns that you may have along those lines, I think is also very critical as well. Now, the third question is related to the second question that I just asked. And the third question deals with, what kind of protection, what kind of principal protection, what kind of parachute have you placed around your retirement assets in order to prevent them from dropping 45%, 10%, 20% at a point in time in history where you need the income the very, very most from a business perspective. Many times what I find is that the vast majority of retirement assets that new clients have not been protected. As a matter of fact, very few of those assets are protected whatsoever. So if the market were to suffer a crash, although we've been in a market rush for the last 9.5 years, I think we all understand that the market is going to drop, the market is going to crash at some point in time in the future. So it is critically important in retirement that you protect those assets when it comes to your retirement distribution plan. And then the last question that is critical as well as the previous three questions deals with what you and your family have done in order to mitigate the rising cost of healthcare and Alzheimer's in retirement. And that is more than likely the biggest cost that most Americans are going to have to deal with in retirement. So again, we normally ask anywhere between 10 to 15 questions on a first meeting. We do a lot of the listening because it's important for us, as a retirement strategist firm, to make certain that we get a clear view of what our clients are thinking, what they've done, what they have failed to do, and most important, how can we as a firm help them alleviate and mitigate all of those issues that they're going to have to deal with at some point in time in the future. Again, as I always say to all my clients, and in every single podcast or seminar or webinar that we do, from an education standpoint, our number one goal is to help you and your family change the way that you see things. Because when you change the way that you see things, the things that you see change. Again, thank you so much for this short time, and I look forward to talk to you again soon.